Hello and welcome back to FCAT Facts on SDG. And now we have the SDG number 5, which is the gender equality. And SDG are the Sustainable Development Goals of the UN that we are working on as SDG advocates. And what are these SDG? Gender equality. So I will show you, these are the websites and also the facts and figures and the UN websites where you can get the reports, okay? So I will just read to you these websites. These are the UN Women, the He for She campaign, the United Secretary General campaign, Unite to End Violence Against Women, the Every Woman, Every Child initiative, the Spotlight initiative, the United Nations Children's Fund or UNICEF, the UN Population Fund, Gender Equality, the UN Population Fund, Female Genital Mutilation, the UN Population Fund, Child Marriage, the UN Population Fund, Engaging Men and Boys, the UN Population Fund, Gender-Based Violence, the World Health Organization, WHO, the UN Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights, the UN High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR, the UN Education, Scientific and Culture Organization or UNESCO, and the UN Department of Economics and Social Affairs, Gender Statistics. So these are the websites where you can see the facts and figures and data and case studies and reports of the gender equality, SDG number 5 of the United Nations. Okay, so I will just tell you the bullet points of this Sustainable Development Goals on gender equality. That is to end all forms of discrimination against all women and girls everywhere, to eliminate all forms of violence against all women and girls in the public and private spheres, including trafficking and sexual and other types of exploitation, to eliminate all harmful practices such as child, early and forced marriage and female genital mutilation. Also to recognize and value unpaid care and domestic work through the provision of public services, infrastructure, social protection policies, and the promotion of shared responsibility within the household and the family as nationally appropriate. And then to ensure women's full and effective participation and equal opportunities for leadership at all levels of decision-making in political, economic, and public life. And then to ensure universal access to sexual and reproductive health and reproductive rights as agreed in accordance with the Program of Action of the International Conference on Population and Development and the Beijing Platform for Action and the outcome documents of their review conferences. Okay, another point that we're trying to achieve for this gender equality on the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations is that to undertake reforms to give women equal rights to economic resources as well as access to ownership and control over land and other forms of property, financial services, inheritance, and natural resources in accordance with national laws, and to enhance the use of enabling technology, in particular information and communications technology, to promote the empowerment of women, and then to adopt and strengthen sound policies and enforceable legislation for the promotion of gender equality and the empowerment of all women and girls at all levels. So what are the ways onto how to accelerate the SDG through the proposed SDG actions? And these are the ways that we can do in order to accelerate this gender equality. Okay? The way is through the SDG 5 Gender Equality Workshop. And how does it go? Okay, this is inspired by the He for She campaign, the generation equality and better economic productivity through inclusivity, behavioral programming workshops and management of personality development and team building to deepen the gender sensitivity, respect, and support the economic empowerment of all genders for global recognition and United Nations recognition as SDG action of you as an individual advocate. So that means this video is addressed to the advocates of women gender equality, not only for the women as a gender, but also for men and all genders, because we are looking on the He for She campaign of the UN Women. It is an activity that we include the other genders, not only the women, to accelerate achieving this gender equality because of this objective of inclusivity. Everyone is included, and that is a way to discuss these gender barriers or these gender disparities that we are talking about, and then we can reconcile all of that through a sensitivity workshops. And so if you are interested to be part of this workshop, just let me know, message me, and via this video or through the WhatsApp number that I will put into this video comment. Okay? And then why do we need to do this? Why do we need to do an SDG action campaign through the gender He for She campaign gender sensitivity workshop? It is because with only 7 years remaining, a mere 15% of Goal 5 indicators with data are on track. 61.5% are at a moderate distance and 23.1% are far or very far off track from 2030 targets. In many areas, progress has been too slow. At the current rate, it will take an estimated 300 years to end child marriage, 286 years to close the gaps in legal protection and remove discriminatory laws, and 140 years for women to be represented equally in positions of power and leadership in the workplace, and 47 years to achieve equal representation in national parliaments. Just imagine. So we need to accelerate our programs on gender equality in order to achieve this sustainable development goal, hopefully by 2030. If not, then we can continue working on it. So for the SDG advocates of gender equality, or for those who are working for gender equality, just let me know, be part of these SDG actions. Okay, another reason why are we doing this? Because the political leadership, investments, and comprehensive policy reforms are needed to dismantle systemic barriers to achieving the Goal 5. Gender equality is a cross-cutting objective and must be a key focus of national policies, budgets, and institutions. Around 2.4 billion women of working age are not afforded equal economic opportunity. Nearly 2.4 billion women globally don't have same economic rights as men. In fact, 178 countries maintain the legal barriers that prevent women's full economic participation. Nearly 2.4 billion women globally don't have same economic rights as men. This is the report. In 2019, 1 in 5 women aged 20 to 24 years were married before the age of 18. This is also a report on girls on the UN Special Representative of the Secretary General on violence against women. So there are so many things to do. So that's why we need to do the SDG Actions workshop. Focus on the advocacies that you are carrying. And the one that I'm talking about is the gender equality. So, in other videos, I will talk about the other SDGs. As I've mentioned, what is the SDG again? The SDG are the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations, which is the blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all. They address the global challenges we face, including those related to poverty, inequality, climate change, environmental degradation, peace, and justice. The 17 goals are all interconnected. In order to leave no one behind, it is important that we achieve them all by 2030. And we are doing this because as a book author of the Peace Innovation FCAT on food, culture, arts, and technology, the Sustainable Development Goal is my focus and my also a way on how to innovate the peace. So as I mentioned, these are the SDG Action Campaign, and these are the 17 goals. We have the SDG 1, which is no poverty. SDG 2 is the zero hunger. SDG 3 is the good health and well-being. And SDG 4 is the quality education. SDG 5 is gender equality. SDG 6 is clean water and sanitation. SDG 7 is affordable and clean energy. SDG 8 is decent work and economic growth. SDG 9 is industry, innovation, and infrastructure. SDG 10 is reduce inequalities. SDG 11 is sustainable cities and communities. SDG 12 is responsible consumption and production. SDG 13 is climate action. SDG 14 is life below water. SDG 15 is life on land. SDG 16 is peace, justice, and strong institution. And SDG 17 is partnership for the goal. So, whichever advocacies that you are carrying, there is always an SDG that you can carry and that you can connect your advocacy as an SDG advocate. So I am inviting you to be an advocate of this SDG Action Campaign, and let me know, message me how we can collaborate. I will guide you, I will teach you on how you can connect your programs to the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations. And we will schedule workshops in your place, in your venue, and in your organization. Now, also, as an individual, even though you don't have an organization, you can be a host or a partner of this activity. So just as long as you have the passion for humanity, as again, of course, UN is here for peace and justice. Okay? So this is an innovative way of solving problems of the world. I understand we have issues, we have the ongoing conflicts, but let us not lose hope, because we can continue as advocates to pursue the goals and missions. And the world doesn't stop because there are conflicts. That's why you are here and I am here, because we can work together, we can collaborate, and we have so many of us part of all the UN family of advocates who work for peace and justice through Sustainable Development Goals. And that's how we innovate the concept of peace. Okay, thank you very much, and please use this video for your supplementary learning and for education on sustainable development goals. If you want to know more, just message me or call me via WhatsApp number that I will put in this video comment. Thank you.